G'day, and thank you for joining Nicole and I as we continue our lap around Australia. The next part of our journey took us from the town of Tom Price to Karijini National Park. This area is the heart of the Pilbara region of Western Australia. Arriving at the Karijini National Park, we went directly to the beautifully designed visitor centre to get information on the National Park Gorges. On arrival at Dales Campground, we checked in with the camp hosts and headed to campsite 17 on the Cockatoo Loop, which would be home for the next 7 days. Our first Karijini Gorge hike was the nearby Dales Gorge, which has the Fortescue Falls and Fern pool. Just a short walk from the Dales Campground, we arrived at the starting point, the Fortescue Falls lookout. From the lookout, we started the hike with a 1.2 kilometre Class 3 gorge rim walk. The trail led us to the three-way and circular pool lookout and the starting point to the gorge trail descent. We didn't know what to expect when descending into our first Karijini Gorge. The descent was tricky, steep and rapid, but we got to the bottom of the gorge without incident. The 1 kilometre Class 4 gorge trail to the Fortescue Falls had constantly changing terrain and landscape. As we progressed through the gorge, the scenery changed every turn, creating new challenges for us to overcome. Boulders, loose rocks, stepping stones through water, tall grasses, and rock ledges. The rocks in these gorges are said to be over 2.5 billion years old, making them some of the oldest on Earth. Long ago, this area was covered by ancient oceans, where layers of iron and silica slowly settled on the seafloor. Over time, the land was pushed up and folded, tilting the rock layers. Rain and flowing water followed natural cracks in the rocks and began carving gorges. Floodwaters gradually cut deeper, forming steep cliffs and narrow passages. Hard and soft rock layers eroded at different rates, creating steps, ledges and waterfalls. These ancient rocks are part of the Pilbara, one of the world's oldest landscapes. A cool swim at the Fortescue Falls was a nice reward for the effort. Another 300 metres along the gorge is the Fern pool, another refreshing water hole to enjoy. Leaving the gorge was less treacherous, as there's a series of stairs that go from the Fortescue Falls lookout down to the falls. Arriving at Wiano Recreation Area, we had two options, Wiano or Hancock Gorge. We chose the less difficult Wiano Gorge with the handrail pool first. Wiano Gorge Walk is approximately 2.5 kilometres, starting out as a Class 4 difficulty, with the last 400 metres towards the handrail pool increasing in difficulty to a Class 5. The entry into the gorge is not overly difficult, but became more challenging further along the walking track. Passing through a slender passage, we reached a large amphitheatre with a deep water pool at the base. A single handrail is provided to help you get down the near vertical drop to the pool level below. The next challenge was the Class 5 Hancock Gorge. The return hike is around 1.5 kilometres and is slow going as a result of the arduous terrain. Wading through ankle-deep water, followed by knee-deep water, was preparing us for the waist-deep and chest-deep sections ahead. were in the passage where the trickling stream led to the Kermit pools. The pool was green, deep and surrounded by the gorge walls, and a window of daylight overhead. The exit seemed much more demanding than the descent on the other end of the gorge. It's going to be one of our hardest ones we've done so far. Jigsaw puzzle, we've got to work it out. We just did the Hancock Gorge all the way down to the Kermit pools. Very cool place. Definitely a class 5, probably the worst we've been on so far, but rewarding when you get to the end. On the way to Knox Gorge, we stopped in at Joffrey Gorge Lookout. We watched the tour bus group scale the ladders to the base of the gorge. Swimming in this pool is not recommended, as the waterfall that normally replenishes the pool had dried up, so the water was stagnant until the next season flows returned. Knox Gorge was another Class 5 gorge, an approximately 1.5 kilometres return trip. We both went to the cantilevered lookout over the gorge to assess the walk. Nicole wasn't keen, but I was. So a backpack packed with safety gear and water, I set off on the hike. Ooh, Class 5. I gotta do it. Nicole provided a bird's eye view of my progress from the viewing platform above. While there were other gorges to explore, like Kalamina and Hammersley Gorge, we were happy with our achievements and ready to return to the coast. We had a bit of fun with magnets when chilling out at the campsite. Iron ore appears to be everywhere in the Pilbara. Join us on the next episode as we leave Karijini and start to explore the Ningaloo coast.